Good afternoon, my people. What is going on? It is your main man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. I welcome each and every one of you to episode 167. Are you doing everything possible to live your best financial life? But before we get into all of that, I have to practice the attitude of gratitude and say thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who is here with me live as I stream across the Wealth Our Way Facebook page and the Wealth Our Way Network YouTube page. If you have not subscribed to the Wealth Our Way Network YouTube page, please do so today. I also want to give the Wild Nation salute to all the members of Wealth Our Way Nation who will watch this broadcast pre-recorded overnight, over the weekend, wherever they can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in. And then a heartfelt how are you to the good folks on the Life 101 platform who listen to the audio recording of this very here program. Sorry, we didn't have a show last Thursday. I was on vacation down in South Florida with the family. I think you guys got that gist from last Tuesday's broadcast. I'm still on the road. You see, I'm in a hotel room. I am in Durham, North Carolina, pushing my way back up to Jersey. The travel never stops for your man. Always on the road, always still trying to make it happen for Wealth Our Way Nation. I want to make sure that each and every one of you know tomorrow night, Wednesday, August the 3rd, we are going to have two of Wild Nation's closest family members in the crypto space, my man Devlin and my man Chad, on to talk about the current state of cryptocurrency. It's been a wild ride. My portfolio has dipped down 40%, even with dollar cost averaging, where everybody else was down 60, I was down 40. Now I'm back up. I'm only down 21% as of this broadcast. It's looking good. It's coming back, but still dipping in and out. So I'm really looking forward to having these two brothers on just to talk about how cryptocurrency is currently and what we think it's going to be moving forward, to answer any questions, alleviate fears, and just basically talk about this new financial sector that people seem to still not understand and are a little concerned and cautious over. So what is today's program about? Are you doing everything possible? So I'm taking a little liberty and playing some games on the title because I have children. And those of you who have children know that if you've ever sent a child into the other room to look for something or to do something, and they've come back without what you sent them in there for, that you know is in there, that the first thing they tell you is, I looked everywhere. I did everything. That is so human. We all do that. Oh, I did everything possible. Everything to make the relationship work, everything to lose weight, everything to keep the job. Very seldom do we actually do everything. So I wanted to capitalize the everything in this question to make you guys really think about it. Have you done everything? One of the reasons I believe you guys come to 15 Minutes of Finance and to the Financial Power Hour is because, I keep it 1000% real and authentic. I often will lead with real life examples, things that have happened that I'm experiencing myself. So yesterday I was driving from Atlanta, the Atlanta area, up to the North Carolina area where I am now. My wife was in the car with me, and she's on Instagram or shopping for clothes, just doing stuff that I consider to be not productive. She, of course, enjoys it. It's for her mental sanity. I'm not knocking her hustle. But me, as a person who always wants to be trying to get the next thing done, I said, hey, you know what? I told you before that I want to launch a company that either rents out high-end cars or is a livery service, a limousine service with high-end Mercedes, Bentleys, Escalades, things of that nature. And I want the company to be 100% founded off of business credit. I don't want to put a dime up if I don't have to. I want to use the many companies that we already have. I want to find out a way to get business credit to buy our first car. I want this first car to become profitable, basically making more money than we spend on the car note. I want the vehicle to be over 6,000 pounds so I can fully depreciate it against other revenues that our other companies, wholly owned subsidiaries are, and this is all for my CPA to do, all are, that revenue is coming in. This is what I want to do. Everything that I think about doing, when it comes to finances is to turn a profit. Even my housing situation, I told you guys I moved to the Atlanta area and I rent a condo. And I was originally looking to purchase a single family home, and I haven't pulled the trigger on the purchase. The main reason I didn't pull the trigger earlier, to be honest, is prices were rising so rapidly in the greater Atlanta area. And then as the housing prices kind of slowed down, then we had the interest rates start to go up, and it wasn't very attractive to purchase a home. But at the same time, I started to think, I've had a mansion. In my mind, what was a mansion? 8 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, 8,000 square foot house in the suburb of Atlanta. And it was cool. My kids loved it. I loved it. Great community on the river. But I thought to myself, do I really need to do that again? Or should whatever I spend the majority of my purchasing power on actually be able to generate me more revenue? So if I buy a house again, I want to Airbnb it or Verbo it or just rent it out privately. Do something that anything that I spend money on, I want it making me money. So when I started to think about vehicles and the next vehicles that I would want, I said, why not purchase 4, 5, 6 vehicles, make them for hire 90% of the time, and the other 10% of the time, I use the car for my own personal use. Make sure I keep meticulous records so that I'm not crossing the IRS in any way, shape, or form. And I can depreciate 90% and not depreciate 10% because it would be for personal use. This makes all the sense in the world to me. I will now have access to some of the finest vehicles that I can think of, but they won't be costing me any money because the business will be generating enough money to pay the car notes, the upkeep, the maintenance, the gas, the oil changes, all of that. It's brilliant. I don't want to own anything. I don't want to spend a dime on anything. I don't want to purchase anything that doesn't turn a profit for me. Now, you saw my pictures, if those of you who follow me personally, of the vacation last week. I haven't quite figured out how to monetize my children yet. I haven't quite figured out how to monetize family vacations as of yet. But trust me, that's going to come soon too. Because for me, everything that I do, I want to do it with profit in mind. Will that always be the case? Will there be some things that slip across the table that I can't profit from? Sure. But if my mindset is that everything that I do, I turn a profit on, those things that slide through that I'm not able to, I'll find in the greater scheme of things that I am turning a profit more often than not. So last week, and one of the things that kind of jarred this conversation was I was getting the mail from my wife's house and going over all the mail. And I had a couple of offers. One was from Santander Bank and the other was from another bank, and I can't think of who it was, where if you opened a business account, they gave you $500 for opening the account. You guys who are faithful Wild Nation members know last year we did a whole program from NerdWallet on all of the different banks that give you money to open accounts. They always are running these programs where they're giving you money. This is free money. I think I had a lot of people join Capital One Bank, Chase Bank, TD Bank. All of these banks gave you $500, $350, $250 for opening an account, setting up a direct deposit, or keeping a certain amount in there for a certain amount of time. This is free money. I made over $2,000 last year, $2,000 just off bank offers alone. I can tell you that because I got the damn tax forms that said, now it's time for you to pay taxes on this $2,000 we gave you, which I don't mind paying taxes on $2,000 of money that didn't cost me anything to do. When you have businesses, you can have multiple bank accounts. There is nothing for you to open a bank account, put $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in the account to qualify for these events and to get free money. So when I saw this Santander offer, and here's the funny thing, this, because my wife and I live in different locations. I've shared with you guys before, we're separated, but we're working on things. In any event, in living in different locations, sometimes I don't get my mail in a timely fashion. So when I got this Santander offer, the offer expired on July 30th. So I actually didn't get to open the account on time. But you best believe I'm going to call Santander with this card. I kept the card and show them, hey, here was the program you were running through the end of July. I'm a very successful business owner. I can keep putting money into your accounts. I need you to extend this offer to me into August. And I am confident they will. And if they won't, someone else will. But that's $500 that I'm going to get from Santander Bank for opening the account. Same thing with the business credit conversation. I told my wife to stop looking at Instagram and stop online shopping yesterday, to start looking at a YouTube channel of a woman who is a credit expert. She holds herself out to be a credit expert. And I had my wife watch for about 2.5 hours different YouTube clips that this woman had put out. And my wife is steady taking notes on her remarkable pad to get the ideas of what needs to be done. And then I debriefed her. I said, okay, what did the woman tell you? What do we need to do? And she told us about making sure the Dun & Bradstreet, the Experian, the trade lines. I'm high level summarizing what she told me because I used her brain yesterday. I leveraged her brain. While I'm driving, the family is getting educated because she's watching YouTube videos, learning how to utilize business credit so that we can start this car fleet that I wish to start. Are you guys doing that? Are you watching free YouTube videos? I know you're watching me right now, so you do spend some time watching financial information. I'm here to tell you, a lot of what this woman's program was, she would give you about 10, 15 minutes of free advice, and then she'd close with, hey, join my class, come pay to see me one-on-one. I'm here to tell you that if someone wants to charge for advice, you really should pay for it if the advice is going to be useful. We have a mindset where we go to college and college costs a bunch of money. And we always say, oh, I'm not even going to use that in the real world. But we won't pay $80, $200, $3,000 for a course that may actually teach us how to do something that makes us money. I always am committed to giving you 15 minutes of finance for free, but I do have courses down the road for people who need to pay for courses. I want you guys to get all the free game you can get. There is a lot of free advice. I'm going to talk on Thursday about how I just increased my Navy Federal credit card from a $9,000 credit limit to a $17,000 credit limit after watching an 11-minute YouTube video from some guy. I'll big him up on Thursday. When I tell you there is all types of free advice out here, some of it good, some of it bad, the price that you have to pay is your time and attention. You have to see what's good and what's bad. And I'll give you a little cheat code. Once you find somebody who's telling you something good, subscribe to them and keep listening to good stuff. There are some real charlatans out there, some real people who you should never listen to. Unfortunately, there isn't a sheet that tells you who sucks and who's good. You do have to kind of do that for yourself. But when you are looking at somebody who's not charging you at all, like me, or someone who's charging you 10, 12, 20 bucks a month, and I will eventually do a course where you have to follow me to get the advice, why would you not pay somebody 12 bucks a month, that's $144 a year, who can show you how to get 500 bucks for opening a bank account, or doing business credit, or increasing your FICO score, or increasing your credit limit at a bank? These are no-brainers to me. Everything that you do should be looking to turn a profit. Have no trouble spending $150 if it's going to make you $600. You would want as many of those relationships in your life as possible. So I'm here to tell you, and I see my internet is flickering. I hope you guys haven't had trouble hearing this because I'm recording off my phone because I don't trust the hotel internet. So I'm recording on my computer, but I'm using my phone as a hotspot. So the internet is a little unstable and I apologize. But I really wanted to make sure you got 15 minutes of finance today, even while I'm traveling. I'm about to get in the car and continue north. I want you guys to be on time tomorrow for the Financial Power Hour, Wednesday, August 3rd, 6 p.m. Eastern. Devlin and Chad are going to drop jewels. And then Thursday, I'm going to talk about how I increased my Navy Federal credit card in minutes. It was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life as far as finances are concerned. So you guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. And remember, wealth is not only for the wealthy.